companion who can guide you in explaining the Buddha's teachings and all that, then you are very lucky. Many of us, when we start off, we can't find somebody who can actually explain to us the Buddha's words. And how, Ananda, does a monk who has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, develop and cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path? Here, Ananda, a monk develops right view, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion and cessation, maturing in release. Similarly, he develops right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right recollection, right concentration, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion and cessation, maturing in release. It is in this way, Ananda, that a monk who has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, develops and cultivates the Noble Eightfold Path. By the following method too, Ananda, it may be understood how the entire holy life is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. By relying upon me as a good friend, Ananda, being subject to birth are freed from birth, being subject to aging are freed from aging, being subject to death are freed from death, being subject to sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure and despair are freed from sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure and despair. By this method, Ananda, it may be understood how the entire holy life is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. It's the end of the sutta. So here the Buddha says that relying upon the Buddha, we rely upon the Buddha. So in other words, the Buddha is our best Kalyana Mitta. So we have to investigate the Buddha's words more. Later you find when you come to the chapter on the 7 Bojjhangas, there is a factor called investigation of Dhamma. The next sutta I'll read is 45.6. As Savatthi, then a certain monk approached the Blessed One, etc. Sitting to one side, the monk said, Venerable Sir, it is said, the holy life, the holy life. What, Venerable Sir, is the holy life? What is the final goal of the holy life? And the Buddha said, Monk, this Noble Eightfold Path is the holy life. That is, right view, right thoughts, right speech, etc. The destruction of lust, the destruction of hatred, the destruction of delusion. This is the final goal of the holy life. So the holy life or the holy path that we need to practice is a Noble Eightfold Path. And if we perfect the Noble Eightfold Path, we will attain the final goal of destruction of lust, hatred and delusion, which will bring you to Nibbana. 45.8 at Savatthi. The Buddha said, Monks, I will teach you the Noble Eightfold Path and I will analyze it for you. Listen to that and attend closely. I will speak. Yes, Venerable Sir, those monks replied. The Blessed One said, And what, monks, is the Noble Eightfold Path? Right view, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right recollection, right concentration. This is the Noble Eightfold Path. And what, monks, is right view? Knowledge of suffering, knowledge of the origin of suffering, knowledge of the cessation of suffering, knowledge of the way leading to the cessation of suffering. This is called right view. In other words, knowledge of the Four Noble Truths is right view. And what, monks, is right thoughts? Thoughts of renunciation, thoughts of non-ill will, thoughts of harmlessness. This is called right thoughts. And what, monks, is right speech? Abstinence from false speech, abstinence from malicious speech, abstinence from harsh speech, abstinence from idle chatter. This is called right speech. And what, monks, is right action? Abstinence from destruction of life, abstinence from taking what is not given, abstinence from sexual misconduct. This is called right action. And what, monks, is right livelihood? Here a noble disciple having abandoned a wrong mode of livelihood, earns his living by a right livelihood. This is called right livelihood. Basically, right livelihood is earning a livelihood without harming others. And what monks is right effort? Here monks, a monk generates desire for the non-arising of unarisen, evil, unwholesome states. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. He generates desire for the abandoning of arisen, evil, unwholesome states. He generates desire for the arising of unarisen, wholesome states. He generates desire for the maintenance of arisen, wholesome states, for their non-decay, increase, expansion, and fulfillment by development. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. This is called right effort. And what monks is right recollection? Here monks, a monk dwells contemplating the body in the body, ardent, mindful, recollected, having removed covetousness and grief in regard to the world. He dwells contemplating feelings in feelings, mind in mind, Dhamma in Dhamma, ardent, mindful, recollected, having removed covetousness and grief in regard to the world. This is called right recollection. And what monks is right concentration? Here monks, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states. A monk enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by thought directed and sustained, with delight and happiness born of seclusion, with the subsiding of thought directed and sustained. He enters and dwells in the second jhana, which has internal confidence and unification of mind, is without thought directed and sustained, and has delight and happiness born of concentration. With the fading away as well of delight, he dwells equanimous and recollected and mindful. He experiences happiness with the body. He enters and dwells in the third jhana, of which the noble ones declare, he is equanimous, recollected, one who dwells happily. With the abandoning of pleasure and pain and the previous passing away of joy and displeasure, he enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, and includes the purification, includes the complete purification of recollection and equanimity. This is called right concentration. It's the end of the sutta. So here, all the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path are explained, analyzed. Now we come to 45.11. Or maybe before I go to that, maybe I just recapitulate the Noble Eightfold Path. Right view is right view of the Four Noble Truths, is understanding the Four Noble Truths. And when you attain right view, there is Aryan right view, then you have entered the stream, you have become an Aryan. And then right thoughts are these 3 thoughts. Thoughts of renunciation, which is non-greed, thoughts of non-ill will. The opposite is ill will or anger. The third is harmlessness, not harming anyone. And right speech has got 4 components. Abstinence from lying, from malicious speech, from coarse speech, and from idle gossip. And right action comprises 3 precepts: abstinence from killing, from stealing, and from adultery. And right livelihood is earning a livelihood without harming others or yourself. And right effort is to prevent the arising of unwholesome states of mind. And if the unwholesome states of mind have already arisen, then to get rid of it. And also to develop wholesome states of mind if they have not arisen. And if wholesome states of mind have arisen, then we try to sustain it. The right recollection is to remember to put your mindfulness on only 4 objects of recollection: the body, feelings, mind, and the Dhamma. Dhamma refers to the Buddha's Dhamma, the Buddha's words. And right concentration refers to the 4 jhanas. In the Buddha Suttas, everywhere you find right concentration always is the 4 jhanas. Even when sometimes it's mentioned one-pointedness of mind, even that one-pointedness of mind is explained as the 4 jhanas. There's nothing short of the 4 jhanas in right concentration. But nowadays there's some monks mislead people by saying that right concentration can be upachara samadhi or kanika samadhi and all that, which are never mentioned in the suttas. Now we come to 45.11 at Savatthi. The Buddha said, "Monks, I wish to go into seclusion for half a month. I should not be approached by anyone except the one who brings me alms food." "Yes, Venerable Sir," those monks replied, "and no one approached the Blessed One except the one who brought him alms food." Then when that half month had passed, the Blessed One emerged from seclusion and addressed the monks thus: "Monks, I have been dwelling in part of the abode in which I dwelt just after I became enlightened. I have understood thus: there is feeling with wrong view as condition, also feeling with right view as condition. There is feeling with wrong thoughts and right thoughts, feeling with wrong speech, right speech, etc. There's feeling with desire as condition. There's also feeling with thought as condition. There's also feeling with perception as condition." Let's stop here for a moment. This last part, feeling with desire as condition, the greed states, normal states of greed. Feeling with thought as condition probably refers to the first jhana. And feeling with perception as condition refers to the second jhana upwards to the base of nothingness. When desire has not subsided, and thought has not subsided, and perception has not subsided, there is feeling with that as condition. When desire has subsided, and thoughts have not subsided, and perceptions have not subsided, there is also feeling with that as condition. When desire has subsided, and thoughts have subsided, and perceptions have not subsided, there is also feeling with that as condition. When desire has subsided, and thought has subsided, and perception has subsided, there is also feeling with that as condition. There is effort for the attainment of the as yet unattained. When that stage has been reached, there is also feeling with that as condition. That's the end of the sutta. So I read this sutta mainly to let you see that sometimes the Buddha and his monks, they go into seclusion for a period of time where they don't want to meet anyone. And this is good practice. We stay in the monastery, like during this Vasa, if any one of you want to go into a retreat for 1 or 2 weeks, then you can arrange and can stay. And then, if possible, I don't know whether you have a place for you to stay alone. Then you can have somebody bring you food. You have the time, so probably I try to do that. The next sutta is 45.28 on page 1537. At Savatthi, the Buddha said, "Monks, I will teach you noble right concentration with its supports and accessories. Listen to that." And what, monks, is noble or Aryan right concentration with its supports and its accessories? These are right view, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right recollection, right mindfulness.